You have them being followed up by Team Apex Gaming with the A77, keeping it on brand with me. I see what you're doing, Apex Gaming. But this is what we're talking about in regards to some of the other squads. Maybe they're playing a little bit too passive. Maybe you want to see a little bit something off. And I kind of want you to call out a team, Husky. I'm going to team that you're seeing out there that maybe it's playing too passive for the way that the lobby is currently playing.
Surprisingly enough, I would say Team Falcons.
Okay.
I feel like after game match 3, 4, they slow down a little bit because they realize that their nemesis is no longer just Team Vitality. They're getting caught in the crossfire by Team Secret. They're getting hunted down by Lion. They're getting dropped.
Up to the occasion. This map, you saw the randomizer earlier.
Perfect timing. Vitality thought that they were the biggest win, rolling in the third-party ambush, but without their active skills. Friend of the mate,
Double tap on the
eliminations already
screen.
here. They're instantly back in the top 4 already. But of course, it's going to be and you know. Man, you know, they already called it, Lace said it. Lace, thank you very much, Lace. We appreciate it. And DAG is about to take a big L as well with a final survivor looking for those revives. But this is the kind of situation that teams at the bottom desperately need. Rise back up to the top. And Lace, you deserve some Mysore Pak. I have some in my bag. All thanks to Lucifer. Brought it all the way from Bangalore. Thank you, Lucifer.
Hey, sweets for all of us. It is good. Yes, tag got taken down, but it's Story Gaming making a comeback. On the other end, Lion will also be happy. The fans, we just saw them. 11 total eliminations, all the players back up, another being added. And Joker might find one more for himself. Takuri spots Joker. Quick boost. Does he take a challenge? Joker instantly spots him out. Steffi being used. That's really well placed. And now, Lion should be able to fend this off and make it work.
Oh, beautiful plays from the guy so far. He played that AWM so perfectly, and he survives because of that play. But how long more can he spend outside? David 444 though, Gun Dynasty looking for survival. Wait, what? And Total Gaming IQ, Mafia, somehow still holding on. Now this is a team, it was down at the bottom. They started off the survival stage with a Booyah, but it was a very safe play Booyah. Just 10 eliminations on their side for Kalahari. They need to bring the squad back in to stand a good chance to take advantage of the fact that the big boys are out.
Yeah, big boys are out, but they were... And standing fearless one somehow closed that fight with the glue wall. He wanted to help Namsaman over there, but he knows he has to destroy the glue wall, which will mean Falcons will again try to hold them off.
That's it.
Melter being used, trying to get closer, but the zone's also closing in. This is not the best position to be in. But I think he will be able to recover him, bring him back into life, and they have another opportunity. But Falcons have an eye on the Arsenal.
What a clutch on that Super Met. PLS1, no Tiva on him, no Olivia. He just had to go all the way for that pickup. Was a lucky one there. Fanan 7 almost got knocked right back down from the damage off of the blue. But now the tougher part to get into the next without being gate kept by Falcons as well as Lion. Lion a little easy. Secret to make it, and they're going to run behind you well, who haven't taken the shots up against them just yet. On fire, but they still make it in the nick of time, and Team Secret's still alive, right?
Below SATL eSports, and now that's trouble for SATL as the zone's closed off. They have a launch pad. I think that's what their intention is. Quickly launch them off into the space in the circle.
Yeah.
And thankfully they do it. But Lion, they launch right into the front of Falcons, and look at Joker's position behind enemy lines, and the opening should be found for the timing. Falcons trying to hold it off, and on fire gets taken down. That was Joker's play. And with Joker finding the open, Falcons are also in trouble. Glue was being placed. Pina trying to find an opening, but he cannot spot the players close by. 2v1, and Keroro gets taken down. Pina, can he do something different? Chrono being popped. He slashes the player for an elimination. On fire also helping out in the meantime. But Della and Joker together. will put Falcons a tad bit silenced. Oh! On fire! Sends off the M590 right to the face of Lion, and now answering back is Limit.
Limit now on the step of Falcons from almost being snuffed out by Lions, making the strong comeback. Limited on fire, phenomenal play, and Lions will fall in front of the most dominant team. Falcons off of 2024, your very first AWC Free Fire champs, now taking on SHUL, the team from India who's also looking for the top 4. So close yet so far. If they get this booyah, perhaps they can take one step closer to it, but the underdogs of this final circle has to be Gun Dynasty.
Nobody expected them to be here, and that is the reason they have the biggest advantage. Trying to find an opening, Melter being used. Falcons, they have numbers, that's weak for them. But gunpower, nothing less. But there's an opening. Noor has found it. Peanuts down, making more. On fire's down as well. Confirmation works. Limit, the last man standing. SHUL, 14 total elimination. And Buddy up close. Puts down Shio as well. Make it 15. And SHUL are looking for the second booyah, and they get it! Second booyah into survival stage!
India's on fire! When I said Chuck Day India yesterday, man did I mean it, and boy are they living up to expectations of the whole nation on the biggest stage on team, but every single one rising up to the occasion. And this is that recovery play we expect from SHUL. The previous time, on this survival stage, game 2, they jumped into Bermuda with just one elimination, no placement points, but they smashed the lobby this time round.
Smashed the lobby, got a booyah, made a second on the day, and now making a mark. We spoke about this, the panel said the teams at the bottom should just go spoilers, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen when teams are so hungry, determined to make sure not just takes this advantage of this international stage, but also make their nation proud.
Man, Vitality, they definitely took a big L this time round, but they will not bleed. They will smile because a majority of the efforts from the first 5 games should be more than enough to keep them in contention for the access into our grand finals. But we need this exact same performance from the other teams who are hungry. Let's check out the replays here as well, man, because man, was this an insane lobby to start things off with.
Yeah, they started picking off the players of Titan eSports Club who were in mid-air, and then took. Let's hear them.
रुक जा जैक रुक जा आने दे एक ही है ओए मादर चौक
You could see or you could hear.
Both. Right? At that point, they knew they have the booyah, but you could clearly hear them telling, wait, Rukja means wait.
Yeah.
And they waited because they needed this booyah with all their players.
Since you're already translating, you want to translate the rest as well. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love the kickoffs of India. I know chat will be absolutely alive right now. But these boys are on fire. 29 points up at the top, followed by Teams and Falcons with the 27. And Gun Dynasty, this is the comeback we are expecting. This is the rise to the top that we were expecting. They started off day 1 as hot as this, and then they kept getting wiped out, even at the start of the day. Like you said, Aurora, just purely with 2 games, managed to get a 60 bomber for themselves. Can you imagine what would happen if Gun Dynasty pulls that off as well?
If they do pull it off, it's going to be trouble for everybody out there playing down in the stage. But let's give them a breather. They need it right now before we start the next one.
We were there. For every click, every clutch, every respawn. We were there for the years of grind. And we're here. Now, the proud founding partner of EWC, powering the biggest event in gaming, shoulder to shoulder with the world's best, making history. Greatness deserves a stage. Lenovo Legion.
Survival, it's you. At a very special place for those who love that. Alright, so this is Spin the Wheel. Just copy the number. the exact gift that with the same number you got. And by the way, this place kind of near of Lenovo Legion and also near the merchandise store of AWC. So now, let's play the lucky game with me. This one is pretty heavy. With the same number you got. Get me a real number this time. Alright.
Alright, this is number 6. I got my number 6 and also friends. I'm gonna go grab my...
See you guys in a bit.
EWC Free Fire, where we are looking at multiple
That this group would be so neck to neck, but the bottom of the ladder has been so interesting, Husky.
We literally asked for some of the teams at the bottom, some of those who are still hungry for more, to show up. And guess what happened? 3 out of the 4 front runners got knocked out early in this map 7 on Bermuda. And afterwards, SAUL, they got their second booyah. And again, I feel like today's survival is not about SE8, it's about South Asia, it's about the regions that have more to prove, and I'm so excited to see more because it is only getting heated up.
Yeah, it's getting heated up, and on top of that as well, we talk about something to prove. Aurora looking so good today, back-to-back booyahs after so long on the international stage, showing us that they are still not down and out.
Yeah, I think Aurora has really found that second win, right? It took them a while. Yesterday was the same thing. They set a record in Paris, and now with 2 back-to-back booyahs, it should give them a confidence boost despite that early exit in match 7. And because Aurora now are in that position to be a contender, I feel like they have the exact confidence to push on forward.
That's right, and after this, we are going to be going to Kalahari, excuse me. Now, Husky, what do you think of this map? Is there a particular team that really stands out to you there?
I mean, I gotta say, Vitality, right? Vitality has always been a great team on Kalahari because Indonesians in general, but I think, Lion has also been the up and coming. This is a team that we wanted them to show up. They started off quite slow, but in the previous 2 to 3 matches, you've seen us start.
How the beginning of the day is a feel up for so many of these teams. Lions have changed it up. They look good and aggressive as ever. And most importantly, they're looking really good. Another team that I really want to test you on is Falcons. Everyone put them on the front runners and the top of the scoreboard, but a bit quiet.
Yeah, I think Falcons has always been a top contender, but they took about the warm up. I literally asked them to be more aggressive because they have lived off of eliminations, and they did exactly that.
Super for this.
Thank you so much, Dash and Husky. This is game number 8, Kalahari, that we are heading towards. This is where Total Gaming, when we started the survival stage, got their booyah, and they made sure that not just tag, it's also them. And along with them, yes, Vitality and Falcons are ones in question. And let's see, as we move towards our game number 8, who will get their chances, just like SATUL, who pulled off their booyah in the previous one.
Can Total Gaming get that back-to-back Kalahari booyah? Because if they can, this will be that match that allows them to wake up in the survival stage once again and potentially survive a relegation, survive going back home. Man, we have got very few spots left in the grand finals, just 4 more. Out of the 12 teams that are playing here, who's going to be able to earn that for themselves? At the moment, you can see that Southeast Asia is definitely running the show out here. But Team Apex Gaming, one final survivor, KD God, man, that was a beautiful final second revival. One that's going to keep the team in it for a little bit longer.
That was almost all lost. Thankfully, he did jump in the other direction, and that is the reason he was able to get Sahil Jat out. Not the best vehicle as well to drive, and there he will be spotted. Falcon at his limit, picking off, and Sahil, he will survive. He needs 100 coins, and he has it right in front of him. He'll quickly get it. Vending machine, he'll jump right to it and also get the player back up. But hey, it's not the best, and DRS spot. Team Apex Gaming, they are at a total of 122 points, 1 point away from Vitality, who lost in the previous game. And this time, if they want to keep that difference going, they need points, but DRS are not allowing. We said this. Every panel is spotting this out, saying the teams at the bottom become the troublemakers, and Sahil Jat, big trouble for him.
Oh, but you got to respect that Spider-Man action out of Sahil Jat. He just disappeared from finally gotten a bulkload of the work done. And DRS could not snuff him out before those revives got brought back through. You'll still have Team Apex Gaming make that run in this lobby.
But run right now is Straw Hats on Toll Gaming. Instantly shutting majority of the players down, but thankfully Toll Gaming still have a last man standing who got revived before the squad got taken down. Mafia
Now into stealth.
He will instantly use his stealth bites. There is a vending machine right in front. So far, at least in the start,
There you go.
the Indian squads have had trouble.
Very
A long way to go for the time being. Revives being done all across the game. But right now, Shoto and Wolven together fight with Falcons. Glue wall instantly. Alien dash being used. Damage being done, but not the best weapons. But finally, Wolven finds the opening. Pina, sound confirmation as well. And Falcons, who thought they have the advantage, have been taken down. And a surprise challenge.
Oh, my God! They shouldn't have won that, but they did. Falcons dropping the ball right there in that instance. And Aurora dropping by in to keep them entertained. Team Apex Gaming can continuously recover their players right back in the game. Shoto with the Trogon, still alive and kicking, but just a knock he'll be able to afford for himself. But the recovery play is solid for India. And Team Apex Gaming again. I mean, hiccup after hiccup, but they're still hanging on.
They've not given up, and they're not gonna. That's their entire order today, because they know what they've done yesterday with history. It's time to pay future. And right now, DRS, with a fight with Straw Hats, picked up initial damage, want a confirmation, but an instant challenge coming in from Shock doesn't work his way. The charge buster right to the face, coming in from Takuri. And that's going to be another elimination that he'll confirm very soon, and Straw Hats will not be able to do anything. But Nil is trying his chances, trying his luck, but Takuri spots it. Charge buster ready. Initial damage coming in from the Mag 7. Can it find? It's going to be crucial. Takuri running away because he knows he wants to get some distance before he goes that charge buster. And finally he was ready. Sends the shot. This is advantage for SHUL itself, because Team Secret so far have been doubling Falcons, Lion, Aurora as well. So if they go out, SHUL might have an advantage. But on the other end, nerves of steel coming in from real soldiers. Takuri to hold off in just one tower, almost metal scalding, which is about to break down, and he's made it a fort for himself. Extra getting closer, but his defense broken open. Hook gun being used, jumps on top of it. A challenge again being placed. Takuri still holds off. How is he able to do this? But finally, they go for a 2v1. I think now chances are going to go off. But if he pulls this off, that's going to be a 1v4.
If Takuri pulls this off, he is the real soldier. Finally gets taken down, and it took 2v1 to get that done. Man, Takuri, phenomenal plays, but of course, he's kept the team alive for long and entertained as the rest of the revives got pulled right back in here. HUL on the other hand, up the guns. The Titans eSports squad losing 2 players, and it's all up to Jack as well as Bunny to hit those revives. Bunny just got brought right back in. He has to make sure he doesn't get caught out here, and Jack is close enough to the vending machine to bring Troll back in. And the squad scrambling around the battlefield to look for those revives as Bunny gets taken out once again. It is tremendous pressure on SHUL right now because out of coins.
DRS is running in all directions that they can, and they take down Jack as well. That's Takuri once again. He's brought back in the game. 1917, and there's another player going out. The real soldiers right now commanding Kalahari, taking players down, points being taken away, chances and dreams maybe get shattered, and this is what I was worried about. Every team towards the end of the day will make sure that the others in front of them will be taken on because they have nothing to lose anymore.
If Takuri keeps this up, we're going to dub them the real spoilers instead of the real soldiers because it is phenomenal. And now they're in the next circle as well. Can he rip away more points for the squad? At the moment, they're not challenged by anybody else at Refinery. But if you look outside that circle of confinement, you've got a little bit of a heat of battle, as well as at the maze. Lions up against DG. Total Gaming Haiku. 2 eliminations in hand so far. Recovery after recovery. But it's time with Shanky to shine. Gomez getting knocked down to the ground already. Della looking for that recovery. Pulls out the time turner in the nick of time. Max 7 in his hands. A little bit of an advantage there. But he's not going to go in for the push since he doesn't have the back.
डाउन करेंगे, एलिमिनेशन सिक्योर किया जा रहा है। एडवांटेज लेके जो गोल्स यहाँ पे गिरा अपने अभी सभी प्रतिद्वंदियों को भी नॉक हो जाएंगे। इस वक्त लायन ये फाइट जीती नजर आ रही, वोटा को भी गिराया जाएगा। लायन 5 और 6 एलिमिनेशन यहाँ पे टीम के पास आ चुके हैं। और क्या ये आईक्यू टोटल गेमिंग का अंत हो गया, फिर माफिया एक बार फिर से अपनी टीम के स्लेयर बनेंगे और वापस से आईक्यू टोटल गेमिंग को अपने पैरों पे खड़ा करेंगे।
इस समय पे तो देखिए आईक्यू टोटल गेमिंग को अपने पैरों पे खड़ा होके चलना है, दौड़ना है और ऊपर वाली टीम को पकड़ना है। आईक्यू टोटल गेमिंग कर सकती है। आज के दिन की आगाज उन्होंने बुया के साथ किया था और वहां से लाखों भारतीयों को उन्होंने उम्मीद दे दी थी कि आईक्यू टोटल गेमिंग भी ग्रैंड फिनाले में जा सकती है। टीम फैल्कन्स इस तरफ नजर आ रहे हैं और आज के दिन पे फैल्कन्स देखिए काफी बढ़िया स्थिति में, लेकिन कॉम्बिनेशन हमें देखने नहीं मिला अभी तक फैल्कन्स के द्वारा। बीना नजर आते हुए और डिस्टेंस में प्लेयर्स थे, बट चलिए अभी तो सर्कल के काफी ज्यादा बाहर। जितना जल्दी सर्कल पकड़े उतना अच्छा रहेगा इनके लिए भी, क्योंकि सर्कल के एजेस पे काफी सारी टीम्स होगी गेट कीप करने के लिए। और अब सामने की तरफ ऐसे ट्वेल नजर आ रही है। ट्रोल जैक दोनों प्लेयर्स, और चलिए जैक तो निकल गए बट ट्रोल फंस गए। और दो टीम्स के बीच में हवा में क्या जैक को डाउन किया जाएगा, लेकिन ट्रोल को क्या डाउन किया जाएगा? नहीं, ट्रोल तो बच निकले और ये अच्छी बात है। दो टीम्स के बीच में बैटल होने वाली है। ट्रोल निकल गए, जैक भी निकल गए। वाइटैलिटी वर्सेस ऑरोरा गेमिंग। अब देखते हैं यहाँ पे कौन जीतता है।
यहाँ भी एक फाइट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होने वाली है, स्पेशली ऑरोरा गेमिंग के लिए, क्योंकि टीम वाइटैलिटी वो तो ऑलरेडी यहाँ पे क्वालिफिकेशन के नजदीक है। ऑरोरा गेमिंग 95 पॉइंट के साथ नजर आ रही है। दी एक्शन की स्नाइपिंग यहाँ पे बहुत अहमियत रखती है। ये वो एंकर पॉइंट है जो अपनी टीम को बचा सकता है। सीबैंक को भी रोका गया है, बाकी आज की सीबैंक के ऊपर जिसको भी टेक डाउन किया वहाँ पे। अब दूसरे छोर पे भी हम देख रहे हैं और भी हलचलें हो रही है। सीबैंक के ऊपर बात करना चाह रहे थे एक्सेल, उनको ट्रैक जरूर किया था। ज्यूस वर्सेस सीबैंक शुरू हुआ, लेकिन सीबैंक ये नहीं रुक रहा है। सीबैंक ने एक और एलिमिनेशन निकाला। ऑरोरा गेमिंग को मुसीबत में डाला जा रहा है। एजरियल सामने इस बार पूर्ण रूप से एलिमिनेट करना चाहते हैं ऑरोरा गेमिंग को। जोइल चार्ज करते हुए एजरियल के ऊपर, वो जानते हैं खिलाड़ी नीचे होने वाला है। कोजा भी आएंगे एक तरफ से और दूसरी तरफ से आएंगे जोइल। देखते हैं क्या होने वाला है, क्या कॉम्बाइन रश किया जाएगा या फिर एक क्रॉस फायर में यहाँ पे फंसाया जाएगा। एजरियल के जैसा कि मैंने बोला, इस बार अगर वो एलिमिनेट हुए पूरी टीम एलिमिनेट हो जाएगी और अब वो एलिमिनेशन के काफी ज्यादा करीब। ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने एक दो बुया निकाल लिया तो आप यहाँ पे टॉप 4 में अपनी जगह बना लोगे, बिकॉज ऐसी बहुत सारी टीम है जो बुया नहीं निकाल रही बट अपना काम बखूबी कर रही है उन अंकों को प्राप्त करके।
बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं, यहाँ पे आपको पूरी जान छुड़ानी है। आखिरी के कुछ मुकाबले बचे हैं आईबी, और इन आखिरी मुकाबलों में पता चलेगा वेदर यू आर गोइंग टू द ग्रैंड फाइनल्स और नॉट।